6.
Tonight, crews are continuing to clean up after a train carrying hazardous material derailed early this morning. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Kayla Bennett. Around 1 a.m., a train derailed near Highway 601 and Highway 1 in Lugoff. 12 of the 18 cars fell off the tracks, with most of them falling sideways and bunched up. Luckily, no one was injured in the derailment, although no hazardous chemicals were found leaking from the cars. 1,500 gallons of diesel fuel did spill. One warehouse was affected by the train wreck. Law enforcement evacuated the building just as a precautionary measure. One member of the Lugoff Fire Department says it could have been much worse.
Really fortunate, no injuries. The conductor and the engineer on the locomotives for CSX, they're fine. No injuries there, and we had no injuries in the warehouse. So it turned out that we were fortunate in that area.
There is no timetable as of now when the railway will be cleared or how quickly it can be put back in use after the heavy track damage.
Now, the Midland's most accurate.
All right, thanks, Daniel. Columbia police are investigating a stabbing. It happened on the 1700 block of Van High Street. Police have not released a lot of details on the incident, but we will keep you updated as more information is provided on air and online at WLTX.com. One man is recovering in the hospital after being shot in downtown Columbia last night. It happened in the 1400 block of Calhoun Street. Police say the victim was taken to a hospital and is now out of surgery and recovering. They are continuing to investigate. If you have any information, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC. In Calhoun County, one person has died after an early morning car crash. It happened on I-26 eastbound at mile marker 131. Troopers say the driver drifted off the road and hit a parked car. They say the driver was then ejected from their car and died on scene. Investigators say the victim was not wearing a seatbelt. An investigation into the crash continues. The Richland County Sheriff's Department is mourning the loss of one of its K-9 deputies. They say K-9 deputy Tosca passed away this morning following an undetermined illness. The animal was partnered with Deputy Emily Lemond. Tosca was trained in drug detection, area trafficking, and suspect apprehension. The dog was just 2 years old. An explosion rocked a Minneapolis area mosque today just before early morning prayers. No one was injured, but the incident, which is possibly a hate crime, has the Muslim community rattled. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette reports from New York.
This broken window was.
Well, it's been a busy day for retailers across the Midlands as the tax-free holiday weekend is underway. Between now and Sunday night, you will not have to pay sales tax on several items. The South Carolina Department of Revenue says in past years, shoppers have saved between $2 million and $3 million during the holiday weekend. A mom we spoke with says it's an excellent time to do back-to-school shopping for her kids.
I'm preparing for my senior in high school and my senior in college. So I look for deals for both of them as well as deals for me. I buy them something, I buy Stephanie something. I buy Lachlan something, I buy Stephanie something. It's kind of how I roll, up and down Divine Street.
And if you want to know which items are exempt from sales tax this weekend, we have a full list. Just head to our website, WLTX.com. And we want to remind you that because of the tax-free weekend, Divine Street and 5 Points in Columbia are having sidewalk sales. Merchants are discounting their products and putting the best deals right on the sidewalk. The kids can enjoy a bouncy castle, face painting, arts and crafts, and a DJ. There will be more activities at the 5 Points fountain as well. The sale runs through tomorrow. Kids and families got a chance to meet some of their favorite superheroes today, including Captain America and Spider-Man. It was part of Adventure's Superhero Saturday. Kids were able to get advice from Captain America and Spider-Man on how to stay healthy and active. Museum educator Matt Wicker hopes kids had a good time at the event.
We have had huge crowds today. The kids' faces have just been lighting up as they get to meet Cap and Spidey, and they just really had a great time. It's just great to come together and, again, use the love of superheroes that the kids have to teach them about taking care of themselves and taking care of each other.
Adventure will hold their last summer series event in 2 weeks, just before the solar eclipse. Well, the heat did not stop folks from heading out to this year's Tasty Tomato Festival at City Roots. Tomato lovers got to enjoy lots of tastings and some live music. Organizers say it's not all about eating the fruit, but also celebrating its history in our state.
What's great about the Midlands region and just South Carolina in general is that we have a lot of heirloom varieties here that we celebrate, and we have such a big push of farm-to-table culinary, renaissance throughout the Midlands that we have some wonderful chefs that showcase a variety of different heirloom tomatoes. And they're like little capsules of history, the heirloom varieties. They have, roots literally and figuratively here in the South.
This was the 8th year for the event. Well, we are just a little over 2 weeks away from the great total solar eclipse event, and the Orangeburg County town of Santee is preparing to welcome in thousands of visitors for the total solar eclipse. The town sits right along I-95 and the eclipse path right across the state. Jane Powell with the Santee Cooper Visitor Center says she never thought that every hotel in town would be booked with guests coming from all over the world.
When we first started calling around and we were checking with campgrounds and the state parks and hotels, and we were finding out, no, we're booked solid. All the way down, if you drew a line all the way down Lake Merriam, booked to capacity with waiting list. Then we were thinking, oh goodness, so now we're telling everybody in town, make sure that you stock up on groceries, food, because we're gonna have so many people here.
Powell says the town will see visitors from as far as the United Kingdom and Scotland. The total solar eclipse is something that has been experienced before, but it has been a long time. Take a look at some of these facts. And with the influx of countless tourists coming in from around the country, parking in the Midlands will be worse than normal. As a result, the city of Columbia will open up several parking decks for eclipse weekend. Washington Street, Taylor Street, Lady Street, Park Street, and Lincoln Street decks will all open for parking. Event parking rates will apply, and they will only accept cash. And we want to remind you to join News 19 at the State Fairgrounds for the Total Eclipse Tailgate. We're encouraging you to park, bring some food, and enjoy entertainment and the view of the eclipse. Tickets will be $5 per car. There are more than 100 eclipse-related events in Columbia and around the Midlands that weekend. For a list of events, head to our website, WLTX.com. Well, it was another hot and humid day here in the Midlands, but it looks like there is a severe thunderstorm warning in the area. Meteorologist Daniel Bonds joins me now to tell you what you can expect for the rest of your weekend. Hi, Daniel.
Hey, Kayla. Yeah, you're right. We do have at least one severe thunderstorm warning for portions of our area. That's